I'm going to do this video in a different way, and I'm going to talk about birds that are scary or spooky or just angry, which will encompass a lot of birds that people wanted me to mention previously, unfortunately. I'm a little nervous about this because I know that the people have a very soft spot for birds of prey. Let's be honest, I think this guy is a big contributor, and he is majestic. Is he scary? Yes. He's a little bit of an angry elf. This is an apex predator. They're supposed to be scary. I just don't want birds, or really any animals or any person, to be mad at me. I already have anxiety about people being mad at me for no reason. I don't need animals being mad at me for no reason. Also an eagle, and also scary, the harpy eagle. There was a video a while back of one of these and it looked like a human person stuck in a bird suit, and that I did not like. The attached weapons are terrifying. It also just looks like it just watched me steal its parking spot, and they're very big. That is absolutely a honker bird. If I were at like a zoo or something and this beautiful lady came out with a glove and the scary bird, I would 100% sit there and learn about the bird. Do I want to be the lady with the glove and the scary bird? I don't think I do. They do get points for their fancy poofy hair, and it looks very soft. Would I ever get close enough to find out if that's true? No. This one appears to be going through his goth phase, and I do enjoy his lipstick, but otherwise it's just too much for me. A lot of calls for this terrifying murder bird, which is the cassowary. This bird is very genuinely scary. If you learn about the bird, they're like, don't come near, don't look sideways at the bird, stay away from the bird. It will disembowel you with its velociraptor claws, which that's a dinosaur. I cannot be convinced that this is not a velociraptor. Something happened, we like glossed over it, and a velociraptor survived, and we're all just gaslighting ourselves into thinking this is a bird, but it's clearly not. I do give it points for being blue because that's fancy and beautiful. I do not like this single little testicle thing, but I would never say that to its face because it would probably murder me. Also, apparently the cassowary is huge because it says lagging behind only the ostrich in terms of width. That's a giant bird, and it can sprint at up to 30 miles per hour. Surely not. Why would the most dangerous angry bird also go the speed of a car? This is really shoring up my dinosaur argument, honestly. And it said their skin is a tough yet elastic material like foam. Why is it like foam? I don't like it. Next in scary birdland, this is a terrible screenshot. I don't know who took this screenshot. It was me. Ostriches are actually very scary. Do I love the baby? Of course I love the babies. This is adorable. I would do crimes for this baby. Please, I love it. Grown-ups are capital A aggressive. There is a conservation like zoo park by us where you can drive through and feed animals, and we fed the ostriches. First of all, I almost peed myself because I was laughing so hard. They are so aggressive. It was like pecking at the bucket like an ice pick, and we could not get it to get its head out of the car. I should find the video. It was actually hysterical. I just don't think they want to be friends with us, which is fine. You can't be friends with everybody. But I've seen videos of people who own ostriches. They have a pet ostrich, and the ostrich looks like it wants to karate chop them in every video. And I just don't want that. Also, emus, and I have no idea really what the distinction is. I know ostriches are very large, and their neck, they get that like, wait, ostriches have the naked pink neck and legs, and emus are feathery, I think. I don't actually know if I've ever met an emu, but I feel like it would just be like a smaller ostrich. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe emus are very friendly. I know we've already talked about the shuba. I'm putting this here because for me, this is the king of the nightmare birds. Vultures generally for me fall into the scary, spooky bird category. I know that they're an important part of the ecosystem, and they eat carrion. They're freaky. This one's literally covered in blood. This picture is actually funny, but also scary. Call me old-fashioned. I don't want my birds to have a lot of exposed flesh. I want you to be covered in feathers, and that's just a personal preference for me. Kind of looks like an extra angry turkey. Evidently there's a variety of vultures. This one kind of looks like an eagle that like bleached its jacket. I already talked about this guy with the genital head. This one, spooky. This guy kind of looks like an angry hawk. You know, they're just not for me. They're just not for me. I didn't even see this one on the chart, but apparently it's a black vulture. And this looks like in a movie when somebody's about to die and they're like, and then death came. And then the guy comes with a thing and his bird just sits menacingly in the tree. Like, it's just too spooky. I did already mention this dermatological nightmare, which is the marabou stork, but I had to mention him again because he is very scary to me. And then I learned about this bird, which looks adorable, but it's actually poisonous. The hooded, I don't know how to say that, is one of the only toxic birds known to mankind. Did anybody else not know we had toxic birds just at all? They contain one of the most potent neurotoxins ever discovered. Why? Also, he looks very pleased with himself about this fact. Last one, I swear. I did talk about the great patu before. I do not like its nightmare eyes, and also I do not like when it opens its mouth all the way. This makes me deeply uncomfortable. Also, I don't like, it looks like the feathers go all the way out to the end of what would be its beak, and I don't think it's supposed to do that. Okay, I'm sure I missed some, but I'll be back.